Today we're going to talk to my friend Jeff Hesting. I've known him since high school. He's a good old friend. Been with me through thick and thin, and he's been working with us for years now. Senior paralegal here at the injury law firm, Hogle Injury Law Firm. So we're going to talk to him about his journey, what brought him to the firm, and the kind of services he provides, and why he believes it's important. So let's get casting. 30 years about? Well, it's been longer than that. A handful of years, over 30 years. So we're...
Knee-high to grasshopper.
Yeah. We're getting old.
Just look at me.
What happened?
It's unexplainable.
I know, but we
It'd
keep
take
getting...
too long.
I think we keep getting
I don't know if there's enough tape.
I think we keep getting better looking with time.
Well, keep telling me that.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
I'll keep agreeing.
Well, we are casting right down the street from where he and I met. We went to high school together, Mesa High School. Go Rabbits. And we also both like ASU, and we'd like them to do a little bit better in their programs, specifically football. Agreed so far?
Baseball.
Baseball would be nice
I mean,
to get back to our roots, because we used to dominate there.
They're the lovable losers.
They're lovable. They have nice uniforms.
They're a very good mediocre team.
They have very cute uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, what do you do here at the Hogle Injury Law? I mean, what do you do?
Assist the clients from the beginning all the way to the end, whatever I need to do, but more importantly in the beginning, getting them to their initial treatments and assessing their injuries that they may have and getting a game plan going forward to get them back on track and get them as good as they can prior to their accident and healed with their injuries and get them to the providers that they need to so they can heal.
So sometimes we can kind of refer to you as an ace pitcher. An ace pitcher, which we know full well is kind of a word of the past because there's not many of those rolling around anymore. But an ace goes all 9 innings, and that's what we know as an ace. And that's kind of, as a senior paralegal, first off, let's talk about that for a minute, because it's kind of interesting. You're a senior paralegal. I mean, did you ever see, given the history that you've lived, let's talk about that for a minute. Did you ever see you walking through that door?
No.
It's the first day this week you haven't had a tie on. And
Do you want the story behind that?
no, I don't really need the story about
Okay.
it. You look good. I like the shirt.
The good attire belt broke. So I'm not going to come in here looking like a homeless bum that stole somebody's shirt and tie or shirt and dress pants without a belt.
You broke your belt?
And I'm not going to say why. It's probably because,
Do you need
too much couch surfing.
Does it need a...
Anyway, the nice belt broke.
Okay.
So
you're going to be hunting down a nicer belt tonight.
Right.
At the Ross Dress for Less.
It's already on order. It'll be here today. Thank you, Amazon. Jeff Bezos. Even though I don't like you, Jeff Bezos. But anyway.
So did you ever see it? I mean, as senior paralegal, I mean, you are literally like the nuts and bolts of every case we have. Did you ever see it?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. When I first started here, and obviously the attire was nothing that I ever had to wear to any employment that I ever had prior to this. I said I wanted to punch myself. I never thought I'd work at a place that had casual Friday.
Right. You called it the choker. You can't believe you were wearing a choker.
Yeah.
And you called me a cuss word on your way to your desk.
I don't recall that.
You don't recollect?
Can you prove that?
No, I cannot.
Is it on tape?
No, I cannot.
It didn't
but I have
happen.
lots of witnesses.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
They're
and it
not
wouldn't
real-
be really that
They're
hard.
not real credible.
It wouldn't. Oh, that's probably true. It wouldn't be that hard to kind of nail that down.
You do work in the criminal division.
So you're in most of your life, most of your working life, you've been in construction.
Pretty much.
And
And sales.
And sales. So, I mean, there's heavy duty stuff that you will do, and you still do on the weekends. I mean, if anybody wants a detail on their rig, I mean, there is nobody better. Cleaning carpets, you still have your side hustles at night, but it never affects your day. And that's interesting to me because there seems to be this passion and I'll kind of go over that. A while back, he drags me, and anybody that gets me to go anywhere is doing something right. But Jeff kind of has the codes and probably has some dirt on me that would prefer him not to know, or anybody else. So anyway, he drags me to this place out in, what was that, Santan that we went? And that client was interesting.
Oh.
The clients,
yes.
Actually. There was a husband and wife and a little bit older couple, and fantastic people, great human beings. Welcoming as all get out, but they were no easy walk in the park type of case. But the fact that she had called multiple places and then talked to you, and I mean put you through some sort of process to decide whether or not she was going to retain Hogle injury law. Tell me a little bit about that particular case, because that intrigued me.
Well, it was the gauntlet that she put us through, and made sure it was on speakerphone so coworker could take part of it as well.
Right. Do you remember what she worked in? I mean, I know you do.
She said she was a paralegal for a good portion of her life, and that she wanted to speak to a lawyer. And I just informed her that, you know, my coworker has been in this field for over 20 years, and I've been in a few, and you're more than welcome to ask us all the questions. If we can't answer them, we will get you to him. When she started firing them off, and it went probably a good 10, 15 minutes. And but she was satisfied. She didn't have to go to the closer.
Yeah, she didn't need to. She did eventually speak with Mike closely thereafter, but the reality was she was already a client, and did not have a very easy case. I mean, she had a very kind of a sad case.
Yeah, there was questions. There wasn't it wasn't clear cut, and she was experiencing trauma.
Yeah,
which anytime that's thrown in the ringer, it makes it a lot more difficult to manage and handle.
How often did she call you?
I don't know, but frequently.
Yeah.
And it was welcomed.
Yeah.
You know, I never saw that, you know, hey, oh man, I don't want to answer this call. It's like, hey, she's going through. It's my job to help her. So let's do this. What can I do for you?
So the reality is now we're going to get back to the construction. We're going to get back to the sales part of that part of the. Let me re-say that. We're going to get back to the sales, I guess. That one intrigues me too, because I know those folks that you worked for many years. Good people. So that said, what you do here doesn't feel like a sale. It feels like you walk through. When somebody comes and hires us because they were in an auto accident or they're injured some way, somehow, and they're going through medical treatment, you're basically going through that with them. I mean, you know most of the doctors that they are going to. You know how frequently they're going. You know when they don't go, and you make sure that, hey, hold on, you kind of got to get back on the horse if we want to get better. And so you're really moving through the entire case with them. By the time that ends, and they tell you, hey, Jeff, we're good. Feeling a lot better. I'd like to put this thing to bed. What happens then?
And then we try to, but we both know that the wheels of justice don't move
Quickly.
like normal time. So we try to put our foot on the gas and do what we can to close it out. That includes getting all the medical records, the billing, any lost earnings, anything that they've lost because of this accident, due to this accident, anything of value to put in a demand to send to the insurance company for them to review and to get back to us.
And what I find to be interesting is ever since, I mean, for years now you've been doing this, but ever since you've been rolling through each of these clients' experience, the information that the insurance company is getting is a lot more personalized to that individual. It's not just, okay, here are all the medical records, make us an offer. It is, okay, here's who this person is. This is how much time they had off work. This is, what they experienced because they have a 3-month-old or a 3-year-old or whatever the case might be, or they're a little bit older and are having struggles getting around or cognitive issues. We've dealt with that.
Yep.
So, I mean, they get a pretty good, I would say a pretty good synopsis of what that injury was that was sustained.
We try to give them a bigger picture than, say, somebody from next door would.
Okay, well, let's go over that for a second. Because
sorry if I'm jumping the gun.
You don't need to be jumping any guns. So then that would be, compare that to the people that have those sweet nicknames or awesome jingles or big billboards or the nickname on the bus lately. I've been really liking, I don't know how he got that nickname. He nicknamed himself.
Yeah.
Guarantee your money back.
Sure.
James.
Sweet James.
Sage priest.
I'm the anti-lawyer.
Ooh, sweet. Anyway.
I can't say because obviously I've never been in their office and how they operate.
I'm going to ask you a question about this now.
It's only going to be speculation.
Right.
But I feel that we have, well, I know that we do.
Right.
We have a great relationship with our clients.
Right.
A pretty intimate one. And
who do they ask for?
Who do they ask for?
We both know who they ask for. Who do they ask
Come
for?
on.
I know. All right.
the guy that can go 9 innings, which
right.
I appreciate that compliment.
Well,
the ace.
Word up. So the thing here, though, is how many people. So the reason I know they're not getting that level of care, or let's just say attention, or that level of professionalism. I mean, just what they should expect, right? They're not getting that level. The reason why I feel like we know that for sure is how many clients do we get that come over here because they're not getting that. They don't feel like they're being represented in those big box stores, I like to call them, the big advertisers.
It's a frequent occurrence.
Yeah. So we end up with a lot of them.
I mean, to put a number on it would be guessing, but it happens quite more often than not.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's go back to, so you're working in sales and you worked there for years and did well in the plumbing industry. All right. What did you do there?
I was the purchaser / yard manager, if you will, if you want to throw some hats on it.
Okay. So, I kind of want to know your eyeball for quality because quality can be transferable within any industry. How good are the microphone components that we're speaking in right now and all that jazz, and that means how long they're going to last or blah 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 blah. So, tell me a little bit about that. Tell me how that worked for you. Like you would order parts, get the best price you could on certain. So walk me through that.
Well, there's a variety of manufacturers that make the same part, so you could go with the cheap one.
Right.
Or you can go with the more expensive one. Obviously my job was to keep the cost low on the parts, get the best price that I could for the best product. And I did that. I did that very well. Yeah. And so we were using the best product for the best price that we could get. And that's my role. That was my role. And
And it reflected in the work, the ultimate product.
Sure, your callbacks on your, we were in new construction, and you hold a 2-year warranty on that home, and so the callbacks reflect that.
Yeah. So kind of the wind beneath the wings is what you've always done, is where I was going with this, because I always kind of put that 2 and 2 together.
I'd like to say tornado.
Tornado?
Yeah, not just the wind.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I come in with a tornado.
That's kind of true. You can. I think most of our viewers / listeners can see that.
Wind beneath the wings would be accurate.
A tornado works. We'll go with tornado. Yeah.
A haboob.
Why did I just start hearing about this haboob? They're freaking boobs.
It's a dust devil.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a dust storm.
I thought.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I thought that they were called monsoons.
Monsoon.
I mean, why can't we just stay with monsoon?
I concur.
I mean, I like to say the word boob, but
who doesn't?
Right. There is that.
There are those that might not, but at present company excluded.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, if it's got boob in it, it's probably worth saying it a few times anyway. Maybe I'll just start getting used to haboob. Anyway.
Well, okay, wind beneath the wings. We'll just go back to that.
All right. So I do like that, though. It's like that final product is absolutely sturdy, good, and well done. And it's done well because they're using parts that are legit and that were acquired as inexpensively as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, bottom line. So there's not much difference, really, in building a personal injury case, because that requires the right parts, the right treatment, the right check marks, so to speak.
The right providers, the right doctors, everything.
So then drill down on something, though. It also requires, I would assume, that right relationship with our clients, because they know that, hey, you're not going to win the lottery when their case is not a lottery winning case. And they also know pretty much most all the details of their case all the way throughout.
Sure. And then as I've gone through this, the toughest thing I don't know if the toughest thing, but one of the things that's pretty tough is somebody that's known somebody else that's had an accident, and they got this much, and they just don't see. And I never saw it, or I would have never thought of it prior to doing this. I probably would have thought the same thing, but every case is not the same.
Right.
It's just not.
Right.
And so they see that their friend, closed their case, they don't know what kind of treatment they had. And they're like, well, they got this. And how come I'm not getting this? And you got to be very honest with them. And sometimes they don't like the honesty, but they appreciate it for the most part. Yeah. But they might not like it.
We don't get any complaints from your end of things.
Well, we keep them in my office. We don't let them go past that door.
Right. It does seem... Yeah.
There's a little safe that you don't know about.
That's fair.
We're trying to keep them in there and not let them out.
Bury them in there. I love that. Anyway, these people were, when we went out to Santan, they were so appreciative of the honesty and the way you walked through, both husband, who really didn't even want to make a claim.
Right. He's just tough old retired
veteran,
police officer, war veteran, just typical old folk like you and I know that just, I'm good.
Indestructible.
I'm good.
Right.
No, you're not.
I know.
No, you're
I'm
not.
But don't tell nobody.
Right.
Man, I don't want that. Man. I don't want anybody else knowing that.
It's very rewarding when you see a smile on somebody like that's face.
Yeah. That's what I noticed. That was cool. Is that man liked you. I mean, I was just right there.
I think he just felt sorry for me that of all the calls I had to field from his wife.
Right. Could have been. It could have been, but you kind of tended to, you seemed to like, you guys got along just like, I don't know, I'm thinking you still could do bingo with her.
Who doesn't like a good dauber on a Saturday night?
That's what I figured was coming.
You kidding me?
Well, when am I going to get the invite? I'll go to the dauber.
Hey, we'll see if we can't squeeze one in.
That'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. I'd love to just shout bingo one time in my life.
Yeah. She keeps her circle pretty tight, so... I mean, she did like you. She appreciated you. So
I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. So, all right, we've got we've got what you used to do. We got what you do current. Now you have this unique hobby. And I like this unique hobby that you got going on because I love the sport of baseball, and so do you, and we go pretty far back with that too. We've played a little ball together in our days.
A little bit.
And at night, when I'm talking to you and you're horsing around watching TV in the background, I just hear something kind of in the background. What do you tell us what that is?
Well, I guess you could call it a hobby, but I call it my television watching money.
Television watching money.
You know,
who has television watching money?
Yeah,
I mean, I need comments on television watching money. Money you earn and make whilst watching television, unless you're one of the other paralegals not named Jeff in the Hogle Firm that watches while they do their work sometimes.
I can calculate it. Can you?
No.
Yeah, I can't get an answer from most people. I've gotten one.
Yeah.
In all the times that I've asked people and joked around with folks that, hey, how much money did you make last year watching TV? But no, it's repairing baseball gloves when they break.
Mm.
And it's kind of therapeutic, actually.
It's so cool because you walk in there, and he'll do it here sometimes, but very rare. But he'll be just sitting there just restringing a glove. Now, there's a lot of moving parts to doing this. It's not just like anybody can just jump in and restring a glove. I mean, there's
no.
So
it's
kind of
years.
It's kind of like a cobbler.
I've probably done it for going on 30 years now. But yeah, the appearance of a baseball glove, probably from the average person just looking at it like, oh, that'd be easy to fix. Nah.
No, it's
Good
not.
luck.
Yeah, right.
And if you want it done, you got to do it right and keeping everything straight. And yeah, you know.
I do. And the fact that you make money from that glove you're working on while you're watching TV.
Yeah.
Just makes you think you're just that much better than everybody else.
Sometimes giggle like a little schoolgirl while I'm doing it.
I love that. The kind of quality that you get when you walk through these doors, most people are a little bit surprised at the beginning because you look like you just came off the stage as a ZZ Top fan.
Or I just came through the bottom door here at our office.
It's so not true. You fix everything in the office. I mean, if you wanted to come through the bottom door, you could.
Well, I'm just talking from our guests that we have in the evening.
I reckon there are those. We have a few folks that like to sleep around our office building here. And, yeah, we got to deal with that sometimes.
Yes, I guess I would be the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, because when they see you for the first time, they're like, all right.
Yeah, can I have somebody else?
Yeah, is there a second string? No, he's the ace. And they take bullets for you when we're done. I mean, it is like when they refer people to the Hogle Firm, they're referring people to Jeff. I mean, that is like, hi, is Jeff available? I mean, that happens quite frequently with our intake girls. These folks will inquire as to, hey, we were referred to Jeff. Now, you've got a great team. And we're going to get into that for a minute here because
yes, we do.
The side piece you've got in your office there, our Spanish-speaking feisty
Latina.
She scares me some, but anyway, you guys have an interesting, unique relationship. Describe it a little bit.
Mutt and Jeff.
Mutt and Jeff. All right. For younger viewers.
Yeah. I guess we're dating ourselves here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
For younger viewers, I'm not going with Wallace and Ladmo, and there's a Gerald in the mix.
Although I did get a Ladmo bag.
Oh, man, I was talking to Nate about Ladmo bags the other day. I never got one.
I got one. Lucky seat winner. And let me just dispel all theories.
I mean, you're from Ohio. Where are you from?
Indiana.
Indiana. You're from way over there, and
Right.
you got a Ladmo bag?
Come here, was here a couple of years, and yeah, everybody in the troop hated me.
I would have.
Yeah. But let me just dispel the theories. It's just a bag full of junk.
I know what it is. but
Coloring
it's-
book,
Don't think
a soda.
All right. Did you not
some
tell
candy.
everybody in the 4th grade that you got a Ladmo bag?
Of course.
Yeah.
I
And we were all jealous.
Probably took it to school and lost it, and it ended up in the dumpster that same day.
Well,
There went the Ladmo bag.
Yeah, I know the
Now
Ladmo
all I have
bag.
is a memory. I don't have nothing to show for it.
It's a good memory,
Everyone
though.
can call me a liar, but
So tell me more about your compadre in there, because you guys have kind of a unique relationship. Because I mean, you guys work hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, but there's a little bit of fireworks going on most of the time.
she's something special.
Yeah,
I mean, just like everybody that works in personal injury has their unique characteristics, and Cynthia definitely has those. She's who I hand the cases off to when I'm done with it, and she's great at what she does, putting everything together, making it look pretty, putting the bow on the package before it's delivered and shipped to.
Does she listen to you?
Probably with one ear closed.
Yeah. She listens
But it
to
gets
you.
through.
She'll just never in a million years admit it.
Probably not.
That's okay. Because hence you guys have those little trucks on
Yeah.
top of each of your computers, and what do you do with these little spongy trucks?
They
There's
fly
these little
frequently.
They fly. Where do
Yeah.
they fly? In what direction? In which?
Towards her head, my head. See if we can ricochet it off the back of the wall and hit each other.
You've gotten fancy with this.
Well, you got to mix it up. The straight shot just doesn't work anymore. That's expected. That's how long we've been throwing these things at each other.
So you're basically like that old school commercial. Now we're really going to date ourselves because you will remember this one. That old McDonald's commercial with Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Playing horse.
Playing horse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Over the Golden Bridge, off the state building, off the this, off the that, nothing but net.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
Pretty much.
You guys got it down?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome to have, in my shoes, to have people that give a crap about what they do. And then next level, they give a crap about what everybody else does in what they do as well, because it kind of begets a culture. It means you kind of think, why are you showing up a little bit late? Why are you not putting this in? Why are you not putting that in? But the reality is, between you and Sin, it seems that you guys just kind of lead by example. You're quiet, you're down you got your own thing going, your own culture within the culture, but then everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome in your culture. So one of our gals in family law might want to go watch 2 innings of a baseball game, and you're not going to kick them out for...
There's an open seat. It just depends on how you behave when you come down there, how long you're going to stay.
Or how much of your goodies you
Exactly.
Yeah, all right. That's fair. That's fair. They have a big screen TV type deal. What you got? We've got. Well, we got. Oh yeah. Well, you can't. All right. You can't. Okay. We'll bring the Twizzlers up in a minute. I forget about that. So we got Twizzlers to talk about in a minute. But they have a big screen TV, and they roll baseball, all baseball season long.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what game it is. Everybody has their team, but I love baseball. We both love baseball.
Right.
And just to have it on in the background it helps the workday.
Yeah.
Some people work better with music when they're doing whatever they're doing. Some people, I mean, everybody's got their different thing, but it's fun to have baseball on. You know, you're just sitting there plugging away, and then all of a sudden you hear the crack of the bat,
And you're like,
and you hear the announcers, and hey, you just take a peek over the TV. Hey, you don't have to be watching it the whole time, and we don't watch it the whole time.
right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, it does bother you, I know. We have some video out there of some evidence that somebody took the last Twizzler, and that bothered you some. And so I have noticed that has not happened since. You made a little bit of a ruckus of somebody taking the last Twizzler.
Yeah, you know, in life there's just simple etiquette that one should follow. And taking the last Twizzler and not refilling it is one of those things. And it just happened to go into obviously a video, and me yelling at you. And
It wasn't even me that
thinking
did
that you were the culprit. So, you know,
I mean, I could have been.
You were on the
any other time, I suppose, but at this particular time,
you were on the receiving end of unwarranted
butt kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old fashioned butt kicking.
Yeah.
So we go back to Mesa High days, and we played a lot of ball together. And I never would have seen how this has kind of come together the last handful of years at least.
No, me neither.
But it's been a heck of a ride. I mean, it's been fun to watch how well these people that are injured and not exactly happy all the time. Because if you're truly injured, it ain't your best moment. Let's just be honest. And these folks find a shoulder with you. You're willing to hear them out. You don't even think twice about it. And service is like, yeah, this is what we do. And they like hang up the phone assured that they're going to be all right. Like there's that, I'm going to be okay. It didn't happen when they resolved their case. It happened about 4,000 times during the case that they were made to feel like they're going to be all right. And that's what you do primarily every day.
I give it my best effort, the old college try, and hopefully they get that on the other end. Yeah, that is what we do. I mean,
it seems like most people do get that very well because we got a lot of folks out there that like themselves Hesting.
Yeah, I mean, because they could be as minimal as chiro care, or they could have fractured sternum, broken wrist, concussion. I mean, you name it, from one end of the spectrum to the other. And luckily we have paired with a couple good doctors in the valley that have great setups, that have the providers that can get these people, our clients, the care that they need.
Yeah. And you know these doctors personally.
I've been fortunate to make good relationships with them. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that comes in quite handy, wouldn't you?
And it doesn't hurt that one of them's named Jeff.
Right.
So, I mean,
it's hard to forget his name.
You can't go wrong there.
Right. It is a fine name. I mean, your mom and I argued about what we were going to name you.
Well, she likes to argue with a lot of people. So, I mean, don't consider yourself special.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, we all got to hang out with Jeff Hesting, which is a treat. And so if you ever get a chance, I'll give you your phone number off the line.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
He looks like ZZ Top. He's kind of cool looking. I don't get that. The cover looks good.
It's a little beaten, torn, and tattered. But I like to think of myself as that old flag, like Johnny Cash.
A ragged old flag.
Ragged old flag.
All right, all right. All right, well, thanks for watching. Let's do some more podding another time about something else.